I need to get myself together. I need to get my life together. I'm sure y'all do too. So here's to all of us getting our lives together and being our best selves and doing all the things we said we were going to do. Hey girl, my name is Trinity. If you're new here, today we're just going to be chatting a little bit. This isn't going to be a formal video because I just wanted to do something chill today. I didn't feel like doing a full face of makeup. I didn't feel like changing my clothes. I ran some errands today. It's Saturday. It's rainy outside. It's cloudy outside. I have a lot of things I want to talk to y'all about, but some of them I don't feel like are like extensive enough to be in videos of their own. So I was like, you know what? Let's just sit down and chat. We're gonna act like we're all just sitting here in the same room, just having a little dialogue, or we're on FaceTime, you know, that type of vibe. So just keep on watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I gotta say all the stuff I always say. Yeah, let's get into it. First, let's talk about how I am getting my life together. I actually want to do like a vlog style video on this topic. This is like a trending thing on YouTube right now. But I guess everybody's just at a place where they're trying to really better themselves and just be the best version of themselves that they can be. And I love that for us. So what am I doing to get myself together? Y'all know that I have been back in the gym for a few months now. I'm gonna show y'all my progress pictures. This is where I started. After I had my son, I lost a whole bunch of weight because I was breastfeeding and I was stressed and I was not eating. I just didn't feel like I had time to eat. I didn't feel like I had time to cook. I was just like really overwhelmed with life. So yeah, eating was a struggle for me. I got back in the gym. Week of workouts video coming very soon. Actually, I think next week by the time y'all seeing this. So yeah, but this is where I am right now. Like these are some of my most recent progress pictures right here. The last time I weighed myself, I was 134. In the first photo, I think I was like 128, 129, something like that. So definitely proud of how much I have gained. Although it's only like 5-6 pounds, I'm still very proud of it because it takes a lot for us to actually show on the scale that you're gaining weight, especially when you're kind of doing like a body recomp, because my fat is like distributed differently now. I don't know how to explain it, but whatever. So super duper proud of that. I have been meal prepping. If you're not new here, then you know. Your girl meal preps every Sunday. And that's why I said I want to do a vlog so that y'all can actually see this stuff. But I meal prep every Sunday. After church, I go to the grocery store. Sometimes I do it on Saturdays, but for the most part, I do it on Sundays. I come home, I cook at least 2 meals, but I try to do 3 because I don't like to eat the same thing for lunch and dinner every day of the week. I try to switch at least one of them out. So 3 meals works good for me, and I try to keep them very simple. I get a lot of inspo from TikTok and Pinterest and Instagram sometimes. Like I follow some cooking pages. Yeah, keeping my meals simple helps me a lot. Like I realized that when you're trying to accomplish a goal, especially if you have a lot going on, you got to keep stuff simple. Otherwise, you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to end up doing nothing. That's what was happening to me for the longest time. Like I was getting so overwhelmed with everything I had to do because I was trying to be so extravagant. I was trying to cook these extravagant meals. I didn't have a whole lot of time. So I'm so glad I started doing that. I'm so proud of myself for being consistent with it too. And I do have to do a little bit better with it though, because I need to be snacking. Like in order for me to really gain weight the way I want to, I need to be eating between meals. I can't just be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner and just calling it a day. No. And I need to be more consistent with my protein shakes, but that's another story. But yeah, at first, just eating 3 meals a day was enough for me. Like I felt like that was something I needed to master before I started overwhelming myself with eating snacks in between. Like no, my issue was that I really was not eating at all at first. That was my main issue. It wasn't that I wasn't eating enough. I was barely eating, period. So I just told myself like, look, bare minimum, you need to be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't worry about how much you're eating. Just try to make sure you're eating 3 meals a day. You don't have to worry about throwing in a whole bunch of calories. I don't even calorie count, honestly. I really just eat as much as I can in a day. Like that's what I do, because the calorie thing is going to stress me out and the protein thing is going to stress me out. Yes, it might take me a little bit longer to get to my goal, but I'm fine with that. One thing at a time, like I said. So eating 3 meals a day at one point was fine with me, but once I mastered that, I started really focusing on eating a good portion of food for each meal. Because again, at first, I wasn't really worried about how much I was eating. I was just trying to eat something. Like for breakfast, even if I just had to grab a granola bar, I was doing that because it was something. And then my next step was to really make sure I was eating a good amount for each of those meals. And now I'm trying to throw stuff in between. You get what I'm saying? So this applies to whatever goal you have. It doesn't have to be a fitness goal. It doesn't have to be like, you know, you're trying to eat more, gain weight, lose weight, whatever. This can apply to pretty much anything in life. Break your goals down into smaller goals because it will make it so much easier for you to tackle them and accomplish them. There was no way I was going to go straight from not eating at all to eating 2,000 calories a day. Like, no. I had to work my way up. I had to gradually get there. And honestly, I feel a lot better when I break my goals down like that because it makes me feel super duper accomplished because I'm accomplishing a whole bunch of goals as opposed to just accomplishing one big goal. You get what I'm saying? Like the one big goal is nice, but you know, you just feel so much better about yourself when you can say, okay, I set this small goal for myself, tackle that. Now I can set another one, tackle that. Now I can set another one, tackle that. Like that feels so much better than just trying to go from 0 to 100. Real quick. So yeah, moving on from that, I did a video a few months ago on how to always look polished and put together, you know, how to basically look good on a regular basis. And I made that video because that's something that I've really decided to make a conscious effort to do at the beginning of this year. I told myself, like, look, you don't have to just throw on leggings and a t-shirt. You don't have to throw on sweatpants and a t-shirt. Like, even if you are going to wear sweatpants or leggings, you can make it look cute. You can make it look a little elevated. You can make it look stylish. You can put a little bit more effort into your look. And I kept telling myself I didn't really have time to do the most every day, but it doesn't have to be a big grand thing every day. And I think I said this in that video, but looking put together on a daily basis looks different every day. For me, it depends on the weather and the season. It depends on my mood. It depends on whether or not I'm on my cycle. It depends on what I have to do that day. There's a lot that goes into it. And I brought this back up because I wanted to just tell y'all, like, if y'all are on that same journey of trying to look your best every day, don't beat yourself up if you're not getting like full glam every day. Don't beat yourself up if your hair is not perfectly done all the time. Don't beat yourself up if you wear like the same type of outfit every day. Like, who cares? If you're wearing basics every day, that's fine. If you wear sweatpants 5 days straight, as long as you really put your best foot forward when you put those sweatpants on, that's all that matters. Like, it doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be so simple. Like the outfit I had on today, I literally put on a pair of black leggings, this gray ribbed t-shirt from Zara, my cropped denim jacket. I have on sweatpants right now. I have on these like wide leg sweatpants right now. No, I did not wear them earlier, but yeah. I put on some jewelry, my watch, my bracelet, my rings, and I just threw my hat on because I didn't feel like hot combing my wig this morning and it was raining. Now, usually when it rains, I don't even put my wig on because y'all know my wig is glueless, so she comes on and off all the time. Usually if it's raining, I just throw my scarf on and put a hat on top because I don't like curling my wig a million times a week. I don't like all that. I like to just throw it on and go. But you know, I wanted to be cute today, so put the wig on, although it was raining, and I just threw a hat on top with my sambas and some little slouch socks to add a little razzle dazzle. And it came together and looked so cute, but so simple. And it took me no time. I was literally just grabbing stuff, like grabbing stuff out of the drawer, grabbing stuff out of the closet, and going about my business. I didn't put on no makeup before I left out because it didn't give makeup. Today was not a makeup day. And even for this video, like I said, I did not feel like doing a full-blown face. Like, I literally just put on some liquid blush right before I turned this camera on. I put on some lip gloss, a little bit of lip liner, concealed a few dark spots, put a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes, called it a day. And she still looks good. Like, looking your best looks different every day. Showing up for yourself looks different every day. I'm learning that you can really make the simplest looks look really, really cute and really stylish by just doing the simplest things, adding a few accessories. Like, I'm really trying to become an accessories girl. I used to feel like accessories did not matter. I used to feel like it was pointless to buy a whole bunch of hats and jewelry. I would only buy stuff if I felt like I could wear it every day. Like, a lot of my jewelry is everyday jewelry, and that's why I bought it. And I don't really buy a whole lot because I feel like that's a waste. So like, I have my same few rings that I wear every single day. I recently started buying like more sunglasses. I started buying more hats, and I'm trying to get out of the mindset of this is a waste if I can't wear it all the time. This is a waste if I can't wear it every day. Like, I noticed that if you're not new here, you know that I am a basics girl. Well, I'm not gonna say I was, because I still kind of am. Like, basics definitely should be the foundation of your wardrobe. So it's definitely good to have a good amount of basics in your closet. But I recently realized that I was a basics girl because I always talked myself out of buying statement pieces just because I felt like I couldn't wear them more than once. And that's not true. I love a clean look though. Don't get me wrong. Like, me wearing a full outfit of basics, elevated basics, quality basics, that was and still is my vibe. But now I'm adding to it, like adding a little bit of pizzazz to it, adding more stuff to my look, because I'm realizing how much accessories really make a difference. The outfit that I wore today would not have looked the same without this hat. I probably bought like 3 hats in the past week, because I'm noticing, 1, how much more stylish they make my outfits look, and 2, how much I can get away with not really doing my hair every single day when I'm wearing a hat. Like, I still buy basics. Of course, I will always buy basics. I love me a good quality, simple piece. But now, I want a little bit of color. Like, I want a little bit of pizzazz. I want a little razzle dazzle in my looks. I don't want to keep putting myself in a box. Because, like I said, I used to like statement pieces, but I always talked myself out of buying them. And another thing I noticed about myself, I'm the type of girl who will not buy something if I can't buy a whole bunch of other things. Like, I'm gonna try to make this make sense for y'all. For example, this morning I was on Urban Outfitters because I've been trying to like add more to my spring summer wardrobe. So I was just looking for some stuff to buy. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for, but I did know that I wanted some accessories. Like, I wanted some hats, some bags, stuff like that. So I found a hat that I really, really liked. I was scrolling through like the tops, I was scrolling through pants, I was scrolling through shorts, and nothing really like jumped out at me as much as that hat did. So after a few minutes, I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not gonna get the hat because I'm not about to just order a hat. Like, that's dumb. But why is that dumb? Like, really, why is that dumb? Why can't I see something, really like it, and buy it? And I really just started thinking about that in that moment. And I know somebody's probably listening to this right now like, girl, it's not even that serious. But I'm the type of person who will notice really small things about myself and be like, you know what, that seems to be a pattern in my life. Like, I overthink everything and I talk myself out of everything. I talk myself out of so many things that I like, so many things that I enjoy, just because I feel like it could possibly be a waste. Like, oh, it's going to be a waste for me to just buy this hat and not buy a whole bunch of other stuff. Sometimes I'll go in a store, like I might go in Zara, and most of the time, if I make it to the register, it's because I got like 5 or 6 things in my hand. The chances of me going to the register and buying 1 or 2 things is very low. And I don't want to be that person anymore. Like, I want to be the type of person who can see something in store or online and say, I really, really like this, and just buy it. And like I said, that might sound small to some people, but that's something that I have really struggled with for a really long time, and it has always stressed me out. Like, I can never go on Zara's website or Pretty Little Thing or Urban Outfitters and buy stuff that I like. I'm always overthinking it, talk myself out of it. Like, I'll go in there, I'll make a cart of like 50 things, because whenever I see stuff, I just add it to the cart, and then I'll come back later and decide what I actually want. By the time I'm checking out, I only want like 1 or 2 things, and it's not because I only really like 1 or 2 things. It's because I've talked myself out of everything else. If I feel strongly about it and I love it, I'm gonna get it if I can afford it. And then I'm also trying this thing where I don't look at any inspo when I'm getting dressed. That's actually really hard, especially when I'm shopping, because sometimes if I know I'm about to go shopping, I'll make a Pinterest board, or I'll go through a Pinterest board that I already have and just see like what type of pieces I should be buying when I go out. And that is good and bad. It's good because it keeps you from buying a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff that doesn't fit the vibe that you have been trying to create for yourself. But then it also like keeps you in a box because you're relying on someone else for inspiration as opposed to doing what you like and trying your best to be your most creative self. So that's just something else I'm doing, if anyone cares. What else am I doing? If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably noticed that I have been in my influencer era. I said this in a recent video, but I started watching Shay Nicole XO on YouTube and Instagram. On YouTube, she talks a lot about like content creator tips and stuff like that. And I realized that I have been slacking with all the other platforms. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good with YouTube. I'm pretty consistent. I was not consistent last month. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But I just have neglected Instagram and TikTok. But I ain't worried about TikTok right now. I'm just worried about Instagram. There's so much I could be doing over there. Like, I could be repurposing my YouTube content, like taking short clips and posting them as reels. I could be doing the same with YouTube Shorts. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I have been uploading YouTube Shorts a little more often. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know I'm very active on my stories. Not really on my actual page, but my stories are pretty much always going. But I'm not very intentional about it. And I had to remember, well, actually, I was reminded from watching Shay's videos that when you are an influencer, you have to look at all these platforms like it's a job. You have to show up like an influencer. I don't want to show up like a consumer, if that makes sense. Anyone who knows me knows that I already organically love to share things that I love. Anything I use that I love, I'm telling all my friends to buy it. I'm telling all my family members to buy it. I'm telling clients to buy it. I'm always sharing recommendations for body care products, fragrances, hair stuff, clothes, shoes, whatever. I'm always sharing recommendations. So why wouldn't I be doing that on Instagram? Like, consistently. I go to stores, I buy all this stuff. People always ask me where I get my clothes from in person. Why wouldn't I post it? I told myself a while ago that YouTube was going to be my platform for like my advice and just, you know, just me talking and really just letting y'all pick my brain for real. And I said that Instagram was going to be where I posted more fashion content, like more aesthetic stuff, I guess. And I think the aesthetic part of it is what stressed me out and hindered me and made me not really be consistent. Because I felt like the content had to look a certain type of way. And it doesn't. Like, you can literally pick up something. I can pick up, I don't know, this perfume. This, if y'all are wondering, is a dupe for the Kayali pistachio perfume. It smells exactly like it. Like, exactly. Like, it gotta be the same thing. It has to be the same thing. I forgot why I even picked it up. So it takes no effort to pick this up, hold it up against a cute little background. It doesn't even have to be aesthetically pleasing. Like, if you want to hold it, I don't know, against the wall or something, whatever. As long as the background is clean. I like a nice clean background, especially when you're trying to show a product. I could just take a little picture, post it right on my story, include a link if I want to, but it's that simple. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out thing. It doesn't have to be this big extravagant thing with the big grand setup. It doesn't have to be that. It can be very simple, very quick. And people actually click my links. Like, I'm still not really that active on my actual Instagram page. I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't actually make posts and reels all the time, but I'm always posting stuff on my story. And I noticed that I post this stuff on a regular anyway. Like, I will always just post a little mirror pic when I get dressed. I will always post new pickups whenever I would go to Sephora or Ulta, or if I got a new body care product. Like, I was always posting this stuff, so might as well make money from it, and it doesn't have to take me a whole lot of time. I think sometimes we get caught up because we follow all of these influencers who have this aesthetic vibe, and if that is hindering you, you need to follow some people who don't always have that. Follow some people who have regular content that they're just good at. I don't have time to make my content all super duper extravagant. I just don't. Well, not on Instagram, because I will get overwhelmed and I won't do anything. I know myself when it comes to Instagram, because I already get anxiety about posting over there. I can post a YouTube video real quick. I can post a TikTok real quick, but when it comes to Instagram, girl, I be stressed. When I posted a reel from a Target haul I did last week, my heart was beating so fast once I published that post. I just started getting all this anxiety. You would think the anxiety would come like before you post it, but mine came as soon as I pressed the button for it to go live. I was stressed, okay? And I think that's because Instagram, like, your Instagram following is most likely the one following that's comprised of a bunch of people who have probably known you all your life. I have a lot of people follow me from elementary school, middle school, high school, college. And I have reinvented myself so many times since elementary school, middle school, high school, college. I have reinvented myself a few times in the last 2 or 3 years, child. So some of those people don't even know me no more. And I think what happens is when you know that the people who follow you have this idea in their minds of who you are because they have known you for so long, you got to remember that they don't know you no more. Well, they shouldn't know you anymore if they met you a long time ago, because you should be a different person by now. Nobody should be the same person they were in elementary school. You should not be 30 and the same person you were when you were in high school, college even, 2 years ago. But it makes us have imposter syndrome. And I noticed that in myself. Like, I noticed that I felt like I was trying to show up as an influencer, but I didn't really see myself as an actual influencer. Or I felt like the people who followed me, because they knew me so long ago, they would be like, girl, you are not an influencer. Look at her trying to be an influencer. But at the end of the day, if you want to be that, matter of fact, forget being an influencer, whatever you want to do. If you want to be I don't know, whatever, let's just go influencer. If you want to be an influencer, you have to see yourself as an influencer right now. You have to show up as an influencer right now. You have to do the things an influencer would do. You have to carry yourself the way an influencer would carry themselves. You have to show up the way an influencer would show up on Instagram. Because like I said, that looks different than how regular consumers just show up on Instagram. You have to become that person. I talked about this in one of my older videos, not older videos, but like within the last few months, I think. I talked about the have, do, be mindset that a lot of people have, where they feel like they have to have certain things in order to do certain things in order to be the person they want to be. When really, you have to become a certain person. Like, you have to become that person, embody that person who does certain things and has certain things so that you can do those things and have those things. You have to first become that person. So you have to become an influencer. You have to show up as the influencer in order for you to actually be one. And you can't be worried about what other people are going to say. You can't be worried about them possibly saying, girl, who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? Because even when I make my videos talking to y'all about certain topics, it doesn't happen that often now, but I used to have imposter syndrome real bad, where I would feel like, who do I think I am sitting here giving people advice about this stuff? When honestly, I never said that I was perfect. And anyone who has watched more than one of my videos knows that I never show up as this perfect person. I don't even try to, because I'm not perfect. And I always tell y'all that a lot of the time when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself too, or they are things that I am actively currently working on. We're all in this together. We're all in the same boat, trying to get our lives together, trying to show up as our best selves, trying to be our best selves. So there shouldn't even be no imposter syndrome. You should be happy when you see people trying to show up as a new person, trying to reinvent themselves, trying to jump into something new. That should make people happy. But you know, everybody don't be like that. There will be some people on Instagram who follow you who will be like, girl, who do you think you are? But that's okay. It's fine. So I'm learning to be okay with that so that I can have the things I want to have and do the things I want to do. Okay. I'm really trying to just stop overthinking altogether, because I overthink everything and it hinders me. Like, it has been holding me back from so many things that I've been wanting to do. I am just tired of it. Like, at a certain point, you get tired of yourself, and that's when you make changes. And I'm honestly tired of myself. Like, I overthink my content on Instagram. I overthink my videos on YouTube. Like, it's getting annoying. It's getting very annoying. I was very inconsistent last month when it came to YouTube. I told you I was going to get to that. And that honestly was because I was not planning. I was not planning. And I told you before that when I don't plan, like when I fall off my routines, nothing goes well. And planning my content is a part of my routine. If I don't plan it, then by the time it's time for me to sit down and film, I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, today is different because my plan was to just talk about a few different things that I had in mind. I just knew I didn't want to do all separate videos for those things. And I wanted to do a very informal video. So this was a part of the plan. But when I know I need to film on a Monday and I have not sat down and thought about any video topics, nothing happens. I end up getting right up from the seat and going to do something, or laying in the bed. Like, it's real bad with me. But we're going to do better in May because I have a strategy, I have a plan, and I'm sticking to it. Like, I got goals I'm trying to meet. I'm trying to not be lashing by this time next year. For those who don't know, I'm a lash tech. I already cut out the makeup. I was a lash tech and a makeup artist. I cut out the makeup. Not gonna lie, I just cut another one of my work days. I went from working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to working Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Now I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and every other Saturday. Like, we're cutting it down, okay? I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have to do it at all. And then I can just dedicate myself to being a content creator and some other endeavors I have in mind, which we'll talk about another time. But yeah, I need to get myself together. I need to get my life together. I'm sure y'all do too. So here's to all of us getting our lives together and being our best selves and doing all the things we said we were going to do. Because we got how many more months left? It's May now. We got May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We have 8 months to get ourselves together. So get to it, girl. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I'm just hoping I don't beat his